What is the cause of migraine? That's $100 million question. A lot of people living with this disease have never heard a proper explanation. And before you make any decision about your health and the health of your brain, it's important to understand what is going on. Most people living with migraine initially focus on triggers. And most migraine clinics will ask about triggers. But triggers are not the cause of migraine. Think about asthma. Asthma is not caused by the cat or pollen or exercise. Asthma attacks occur because the asthmatic lung is hyperactive to all of these triggers. So similarly, the migraine brain is hypersensitive to changes in the environment. And by environment, I mean what's going on in your body, what's going on in your social life, your emotions, and the actual environment. Triggers are still relevant, and I invite you to check our video. But keep in mind that migraine is not caused by your neck, your hormones, or the weather. So let's go back to the actual cause of migraine. Why is the brain with migraine so hypersensitive? Well, it's all in the genes. 140 genes have been associated with migraine. These genes determine the software of your brain. They determine how your brain functions by designing proteins, neurotransmitters, which all then form complex networks guiding our perceptions and behaviors. It's quite amazing, really. All of this software is electrical and chemical. We know by now many pieces of the migraine puzzle. We know that during an attack, the hypothalamus is activated. The trigeminal system is triggered. Inflammatory peptides are released and sensory thresholds decrease. We know the migraine brain manages energy differently and processes sensory inputs also differently. Despite all this very solid science, there's still no blood test or imaging that I can use in my clinic to formally diagnose migraine. That's why we still use symptoms, and you can look at our video about symptoms. Migraine is not curable. This genetic software cannot be removed from you, but it can be regulated and stabilized. Keeping in mind that migraine is a disease of the interaction between the brain and the environment, there are two core principles of treatment. First, you can manage the triggers and decrease the load on your brain. And you can also, secondly, make your brain more resistant to attacks. This will be detailed in the other videos.